Hello, hello, hello. This is Frida. Welcome to my channel. For today's tutorial, I am going to show you how to knit the I-cord method on this neck area that I have knit. And what I'm going to do is, this is the front of the work. So I'm going to start in the middle. This is the back, because when you fold it, this is how it's going to be, right? So I'm going to be starting it from here because the customer didn't want the collar area to be, she wanted open, not closed. So that's the reason I'm using the I-cord method. I'm going to start from here. And you need like a double pointed needle or some sort of, I have this short circular needle because we're going to be turning around every time to make it easier. And then what I'm going to do is, we're going to be picking up stitches. I did leave a couple of stitches here. Instead of binding off, I left it there so it would be easy to pick. But it doesn't matter, either way would work. So what I'm going to do is, this is how I do. We need total of three. So on this last one, I'm going to pick the third stitch. You can cast on it the way that you know. You know what I'm just going to do? Just going to make a knot. Just a regular knot. I don't want to waste this yarn at all. And try to focus because I usually go on top of the screen for some reason. So I am going to be very cautious this time. Keeps on focusing on the knitted item. Okay, so make a knot. Just a regular knot. I wanted to show it how it's done because I want you to see. I don't want you to get confused. Okay, so I am going to be making 2 more stitches. So we need total of 3. And then the 4th stitch, you can make it as many as you want, but I think the 4 is it would be enough. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put markers on these stitches because later on we are going to be needing these stitches when we finish it, and I will show you how to finish it as well. So this will be the 4th stitch, the 1st stitch, or the 4th stitch, or whatever. Okay, let's go, and I think I went up again. Okay, so I went this way, just like to knit, but instead of taking it off, I'm putting it back. I do have several tutorials. I show how to cast on this method as well. And I do it again. I learned this, I believe in 2009. Okay. So, that first one actually is my 3rd one. Okay. So what I'm going to do is like this. Okay, so I'm going to be picking up a stitch. So in the middle, like I'm not counting or anything. I'm just eyeballing. I do never count. Like, because I'm making this up as I go, right? Okay, so let's focus this. I want you to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be going in the middle right here where that knot is. Can you see that small knot? When we do the purl, and I am going to be knitting 1 stitch. Okay, so we have total of 4 stitches. So I'm going to move this, and I'm going to come back, and what I'm going to do is, this is how we started. I am going to knit the first 2 stitches, just a regular knit stitch, 1, the bottom is heavy, it's pulling it down. So knit the 1st stitch, knit the 2nd stitch, and these 2 stitches we're going to be knitting them together. I know the yarn is thin, but I wanted to show you how this is done. Okay, so I got 3. Now we're going to pick another stitch. So the two sides are knit, so it gives me this purl effect. So what I'm doing is when we knit 2 rows, we create this ridge, right? So here's the first one that we picked. So I'm coming right here where that knot is. Can you see? Can you see that knot right over there in the middle? I am picking a stitch. So I'm making my 4th one. So I'm going to be moving this, and I'm working on the wrong side of the work. Okay. This is the right side of the work. The reason is this is going to be on the front. That's why I say it's the wrong side, the right side. And then I'm going to repeat this. Knit the 2 stitches. I don't know why it's becoming light. Okay, knit the 2 stitches. Okay. And the 3rd and the 4th, we knit them together. Okay. And then again, we pick up a stitch right here where that knot is. I don't go in between because there's a gap between. Can you see? I don't want that gap. I want to tighten it. And I pull this again, and I start it all over again. So I do this all the way around. When I come back, I will show you how to finish it. So I knit the first 2 stitches. Try to tighten that first stitch, and then the next stitch, and then the 3rd and the 4th, we're going to be knitting them together. That last stitch is a little bit tight. Okay. Knit them together just like this. Okay. And then we're going to pick up another stitch. So right here, grab it like this, and then knit as if to knit. Okay, again, pull it, and then again knit the 2 stitches, but try to make this tight as you can. The first stitch, try to pull it, and then knit the second one, and knit the 2 together. Just like this. And then pick up another stitch right in that between, as if to knit. Grab it like that and pull it again. Can you see the I-cord? It's very thin, and when you turn it, see how it looks? See? It's just a like a border. Okay, knit the 2 stitches, knit the first 2. And then knit the 2 stitches together. Okay, again, go to the next ridge here where that dot is, where that knot is. Can you see it? Go in between and knit and make a stitch, and then pull this again, and then we repeat this. I hope you understand this part. So the first knit, we do try to make it as tight as we can because there's a gap, right? We don't want a gap when we're knitting. Can you see from the back? Yeah, this is called the I-cord knit. Usually it's done on edges. 2, knit the 2, and knit the last 2 stitches together. Just like this. And then you have the 3 stitches. It's really hard to see because the yarn is thin, but when you look at it, you can see how it looks. See? Gives you that nice cleanup. Okay, I'll show you one more time, and I will put my camera on pause and I will continue knitting because this is going to take me forever due to the yarn being thin, and I'm using small needles. And I pull it at the beginning again. Again, you need some sort of a double pointed needle or even a crochet hook that you can pull it and crochet it with if you don't have a double pointed or any sort that you can pull it back, because you need the two edges open, like two sides, like the beginning and the end, so you can pull and work this method. This is a technique called I-cord, and like I said, you can work on this method on anything, blankets, anything that you can imagine. And today I am working on the collar, and it gives you that nice cleanup. And then I just repeat this over and over. Knit two together, knit two stitches, and then the last 3 and 4, knit them 2 together. You get rid of the one, and then you pick up a stitch right here, and then you knit that, the doorbell. Okay, I'll be right back. As you can see, this is real life. The doorbell rings, someone's at the door, the phone rings, and then you have to pause and answer it, right? Okay, so I was doing the I-cord so far. So it looks like. So I am at this part here, so I don't want to do any corner, right? So what I'm going to do is, just wanted to show you, excuse me. So I just come here. There's a big gap here, right? So we don't want any holes, right? So I'm gonna grab a stitch here somewhere and knit that one. Pick it up and pull this to the end again, and then continue knitting. So like when you see there's a gap, just skip it and go to the next one, because this method would close that gap. Knit the 2 stitches and this last 2 stitches, knit them two together, and then again. Now we're at the point where see, we don't see any ridges, right? We saw ridges here, but here we're not seeing any ridges. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna go randomly. So here's a big gap, so I'm gonna come right here and grab that one, and then we will get rid of that gap and then continue knitting. And then I will do the same thing. When we see there's a gap, come here and then grab that one of the knit a stitch and then continue knitting. Yeah, so just use your judgment. Don't go into that gap, or else there would be a big hole, and we don't want that hole, right? We want it nice and tight. And see how it looks like. Focus. It's not focusing. See, this is what we need. Nice and clean. Okay, so I will continue knitting. And if I see any points to share with you, I will show. But other than that, yeah, everything looks nice. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I just wanted to show you. So I did the middle, and I'm picking up stitches. I'm going, and this is the front of the work, and this is the back. It's really hard to see. There's nothing on the back. But here, I don't like this part. So what it looks like, I picked up at the really edge. So what I'm going to do is, see, this part is nice. See how it looks? See, I don't like this when you look at it, and this is going to be on the front of the collar, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rip it, and then you will see that I picked up at the very edge. Can you see? So what I'm going to do is I will pick it up inside instead of the edge. So I will get rid of that that dot that I saw that I didn't like. And yeah, that would be no problem, and that can be fixed. So while you're picking up stitches, just be cautious and always go back and look what you have done. right? So pick up the 3, and I will, and then always go back. This is the front of the work, and see how it looks, right? We want to have it nicely done. So I ripped it all the way here, and then what I'm going to do, it looks like I picked up all on the edge here. I don't want that, so I will go in here, and then I will continue, and I will knit, and I will show you how it looks like when I go further, because I didn't like the way it was looking, right? This dot, this knot, it's not a knot, but it's the purl that was popping up, which I didn't like. Okay, so I've been knitting and I fixed this area. Can you see? So just be cautious when you're picking up stitches. We're all human beings and we can make mistakes. And I continue to knit, 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 picking up stitches, and I'm almost at the front here. Well, let me just put this so you guys can see how it looks like, just to give you an idea. See how it's picking up? So I'm right here at the front now, and the yarn is 70% merino wool, and 30% silk. So it's very, very gorgeous, from Uruguay, South America. Uruguay. I have a hard time pronouncing that country's name. I'm sorry. But I have Sandra from that country that she mails me merino wool. Like, I have knit from everywhere, and that country's wool is just fantastic. It's soft. I knitted with South Africa, same type of yarn, but this is way, way better quality. That's all I'm going to say with my experience. So I picked up, remember this was the beginning, so it does close the collar area, as you can see. I haven't blocked it or anything, but you can see this was supposed to be in the middle, so this will shrink like this as well. Okay, so I'm going to continue picking up stitches and knitting as I'm going, and I will come here to show you how to close it up. And yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm almost done. I went all the way around. Now I'm going to be picking up the last stitch here. So, and I will show you how to join. I'm going to use the 1x1 tubular method that I already have a tutorial. You can go and check that out, how to bind off. So I'm going to pick up this last one here, just like this, and then finish it up. Knit the first 2 stitches and knit the 2 together. Okay, so we have 3 stitches here. If you look at it, what we're going to do is I'm going to cut the yarn, and then with a tapestry needle I'm going to be joining. Okay, so I'm going to pick up another one here somewhere. It doesn't matter, because I'm supposed to have a total of 4 stitches. I forgot about that. Okay, so I am going to go back as I'm knitting. So what I'm going to do is, with the tapestry needle, I am going to purl. As to knit, purl-wise, yarn on the front. To do that, this is what I'm going to do. Right here, I am going to pull my yarn. Like, it's the 1x1 tubular bind off method that I already have a tutorial. So it is like that one. So I'm going to leave it, and then I'm going to come back. I put the marker here, which was supposed to be the, oops, they all came off. Great. Remember, this marker was the third stitch, so I'm going to find the first stitch, which is, it's really hard to see, but try to find the V's here, and I believe it's right here. Right here. So I'm going to grab that V and then pull it. Okay, and then I'm going to come back to my knit here below. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these 2 stitches as to purl, just like this, and then pull them. Okay, and then let this go, and then I'm going to go back up where we started, and then find the second stitch, the second knit stitch, which is, I know it's really hard to see, but it's there somewhere. It's right here. Can you see? Right there. So I'm going to go between and I'm going to pull this. Okay. And then I'm going to come back to this knit stitch, which was underneath. Okay, so I'm going to go to the bottom and then grab this stitch, just like this, and then pull it. Oops. Okay, grab it and then pull it, and go up again and grab that last, the marker that I put, which is right here. Can you see? And I grab that V. I know it's really hard to see, but it's there. And then I come back, and I let that go. And then what I do is I grab this one, and I pull this one. Now we're done with the thingy here. And just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to remove this. I'm going to secure it. Just come here and then secure it. Ta-da! It's done. And I will weave the ends. So this is how you join. I hope you like this tutorial. Take care, everybody. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.